Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing about parameters versus arguments because I have seen there are so many confusion on this particular topic, like what is parameter and what is arguments. Okay, so let's try to clarify these are the things. So here what I have done, I just kept one example, the same example I think you remember, that odd even function I created. So see which one is the parameter and which one is the argument. Okay, I will first of all try to clarify. Whenever you are defining any kinds of function, okay, whenever you are defining any kinds of function, and if this function takes any kinds of input, okay, you can see if I hover here, if I hover on top of this particular input, it is suggesting, you can see it's a parameter. Okay, it's a parameter. That means during define the function, okay, whatever input you are giving inside that particular function, this is called parameters. I hope this is clear. And whenever you are calling the function, that means during function calling, the value actually you are passing, okay, the input you are passing, this is called arguments. Always try to remember these two concepts because this is super important question in the interview as well. They will ask you what is parameter and what is argument. Okay, just try to remember whenever you are defining the function and if you are giving any kinds of input to that particular function, this is called parameters. If you hover here, it will also give you the suggestion. And whenever you are calling the function and if you are giving that particular input, this is called arguments. I hope this is clear. Very simple concept, but lots of confusion are there, right? Now there are some types of arguments are available. Okay, like you can see default arguments is there, positional argument is there, and keyword argument is there. So let's try to discuss all of them one by one. So trust me guys, this particular concept will help you a lot whenever we'll be working with the function. So let's try to understand these particular things in detail. So for this, what I will do, I'll just create a function here. Let's say the function name is power. Okay, so this particular function will just do the power operation. It will take actually two input, let's say a and b. That means two parameter actually it will take, fine, and it will return a power b. Okay, a power b. So this is a simple function I have created. Now let me execute. So first of all, let me discuss this default argument. Okay, if you are not using default argument, so what would be the issue? Okay, first of all, try to understand. Let's say you have created this particular function. Now let's say someone is using your function. Let's say he's passing a is equal to 2 and b is equal to, let's say, 3. Now if I execute the program, it will work fine. It will give me 8. Okay, it's completely fine. But let's say by mistake they have given this kinds of input. Let's say they have only given 2. They have only given 2 in this particular function. But this function takes 2 input, you can see. But they have given only 1 input. Now if I execute the program, you will see that it will throw you error and it will tell power function missing 1 required positional argument b. I hope this part is clear, right? Or let's say they haven't given any kinds of input. Okay, let's say they don't know about your function. Okay, they just executed the function again. So again, it will throw an error. It will tell you missing 2 positional arguments a and b. Now, see, if you want to handle these kinds of situations, what you can do, you can use something called default argument. Okay, so how default argument will help you? So let me copy this function. See, instead of writing like that, what I can do, see, instead of writing this particular function like that, what I can do, I can assign some default value. Okay, let's say a is equal to, let's say 2 and b is equal to, let's say 3. Okay, I have defined some default actually value. Now if I execute the program, now let's say if someone is using your, let's say, function, and let's say they are only giving only 1 input, if I execute the program, you'll see still it will work because you can see you have only given one argument. Okay, the second argument you haven't given, so automatically it is taking the second argument. Okay, default argument, the default argument you have said b is equal to 3. Now if you're also giving, let's say, any other number, it will try to replace that particular argument. That means 5 will replace here, okay, in the b. I hope this is clear, right? So this is the work of this default argument. That means if you're not, that means during input, if you're not passing any kinds of argument, still it will work. It will take the default argument. Okay, that is the idea. Now let's try to see the positional argument. See, positional argument wise, it is same only. Let me show you. So if I just copy this particular function, and if I execute, now if I just write power, let's say 2, 3, now if I execute, it will give me 8. But if you give like that, let's say 3, 2, it will give you 9 because it will do 3 power 2. But initially, I written 2 power 3. Okay, I hope you got it. That means it is following one position. That means whatever value, that means whatever argument you are giving at the very first, it will actually store in the first parameter, which is nothing but a. Okay, and whatever argument you are giving at the last, it will store at the last like you can say parameter, that means B. I hope you got it. That means it is following one position. Now if I give 3 here, that means 3 will store inside A and 2 will store inside B. Okay, so it always follows the position. Okay, it always follows the position. Okay, this is called positional argument. The same thing, only the default argument, but you are passing as a position. Okay, you are passing as a position. But let's say you don't know the position of A and B. Okay, you don't know the position of A and B. Let's say there would be some situation you will have actually so many parameter. You will have so many parameter, and it's not possible to remember all the parameter and their position. Okay, for this actually you can use something called keywords. Okay, keyword argument. Let me show you the keyword argument example. See, keyword argument is like very used argument inside a function, because this will help you a lot whenever actually you are working with the parameter and everything, right? So let's say this is my function. Now see, whenever I'm using keyword argument, you can also define the key. Let's say here I can directly write A is equal to, let's say 2, and B is equal to 4, or let's say 3. Now if I execute, it will work fine. I can also write like that. Let's say B is equal to 2 and A is equal to, let's say 3. So it will happen automatically. This particular value will store inside B, okay, B parameter, and automatically this particular value will store inside A parameter. That means you don't know what is the position of A and B, but you know A and B is a parameter inside this particular function, right? And you can call this particular key and you can store the value. Okay, you can assign the value. And this is called actually keyword argument. Okay, this is called actually keyword argument. And trust me, this particular keyword argument will help you a lot whenever you will be working with the function and whenever you will be playing with lots of parameter. Okay, so this is actually super important concept inside function. Okay, so I hope this part is clear. What is the difference between parameter and arguments? And I showed you some different types of actually arguments. Okay, you can follow. So yes, this is all about from this particular video. Thanks for watching.